Okie dokie nerds, welcome to another vintage video. So today we're playing this Bazaar Workshops deck from Vincent Forino at the NYSE Open. I've made a couple of changes to their list. So their list had these two slots were walking blisters, and I made some edits to the sideboard. Basically, I already ran a league with this list as a stock list from them, no changes. And the main thing I wanted was better targets for my sagas that weren't just mana, and then another thing against mono white. But the general idea is we've got 4 Mishra's Workshops, 4 Bazaar of Baghdad's, 4 sagas, so all the lands people want to restrict in one little place and one happy package. 4 Norods, 4 Crucibles, 4 Stonecool Serpents, and nice things to kind of workshop an Ancient Tomb out of there. And then we've got 4 Bazaars with a 6 Lizard package. But you've also got these 4 to 5 snakes just here. You can zero this to trigger a Vengevine. You've got the hollow ones as well, so you kind of got that like nice aggro package into like a Null Rod or a Crucible Wasteland lock to really, put the nail in the coffin. Still got your 5 strip mines, and we've got 4 sagas as well. So lots of different dimensions of attack, aggressive, prison elements. I really enjoyed my last league. I just had loads of audio problems that I couldn't fix, so I'm running another one just this time with a few of the changes that I wanted. Just some saga targets that do something. I've landed on Haywire Might for Oath in the One Ring and Currency Converter. It's a little bit more proactivity and velocity. Postboard, anti-combo, anti-oath, anti-graveyards, more disenchant in our disenchant tribal deck. Hex drinkers for mono white, a couple more disenchants, more null rods, some kill spells, cheeky bog. So that's the list. We have got an opponent waiting. It's a good old absorb. So this is us against absorb. And up against absorb, one of the interesting things is that absorb usually plays just like mono disenchant control, I think. Just red green shatters with a Tarmogoyf. So I feel like I should be looking a little bit deeper than this. I do have a turn 1/4/4. Is he just gonna vigor my brains out? I think so. I think I'm gonna mulligan this just because of the opponent. And here we've got a cracker, right? So let's keep this. Let's bottom an Ancient Tomb. Absorbing 3 on the play. They've got Passages, see 1 disenchant. Scavenging Ooze, exiling Spirit Guide. Sure. Seems fine. And that's that from the opponent. So let's play Bazaar. Let's give it the old spinneroo. Lizards are easy discards. Norods are probably quite easy discards as well, to be honest with you, aren't they? Yeah, I think I'm just going to discard the Norods. I don't think I care against Absorb. They're just usually gruel creatures with power and toughness and varying amounts of power and toughness. So obviously at the moment they've just exposed multiple 2/2s to us, but as they play more cards we will find that changes. They also usually have a Minskin Boo. And oh, that's a white source. Not exciting for us. So here we go. Let's attack for 4. So we don't get vigored too hard. It's like your question, right, of how do you want to play this? Like, I don't really like discarding any of my cards here, though, that's the problem. The opponent just took it. I think I'm just going to roll out a Saga and give them something to deal with. Really juice up that vigor for them. No, nothing. Okay. Currency Converter as well that I've added to this deck is also a really nice sort of combo with the Bazaar of Baghdad. Just because it sort of digs a bit for you. So Screws doesn't come in. No land drop has been made, which means we're going to get to start pumping out at least a token. Chalice of the Void. I don't think I care about that. But I still don't think I care about that enough to play it. I think I care about that more as just like a piece of discard equity. So I'm going to play an Ancient Tomb, and I think I'm just going to pass. Our hand's kind of cracked. I could activate with the express expectation that is discard, 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 right? Discard the 2 I draw, discard the chalice, have a wasteland, rolling, play hollow one, have a saga behind. That actually might be good. Let's try that out. Yeah. Draw nonsense, cast hollow one, have 2 exceptionally cracked lands in reserve. So the opponent got. They're paying some costs at this point. What is this? Johnny Nakato Pariah. Oh yeah, this guy. The Skull Clamp combo. So it's a 2 mana 1/2 that makes a 2/1, and when it dies, it becomes a Planeswalker, which has a text box that we don't have to worry about just yet. So that's cool. So I'm gonna have to worry about that text box next turn, though, so that's concerning. Don't think we played a needle. So we'll make a token on end step anyway. This might just be a spot where I just immediately go and get the currency converter, actually. What would be better than currency converter right now? We've got so many bodies. They're all so big. Yeah, I'm just going to get currency converter. Because now I can activate Bazaar. I don't need Workshop, I don't need Cradle. I don't need Wasteland, right? So they're all going to become treasures. Not immediately, but just over time. They will just pop under the boy. So obviously, it's not great because we are like a 19 null rod deck. But so that's going to flip later, and then... Yeah, it's going to flip later, and I don't think that's going to matter. I think I'm going to attack with everyone that's not a lizard, which is these 3 guys. That's going to put immense pressure on our opponent. They're going to have to block at least one of them, and then we can just wasteland their green source, I guess. So yeah, the cat dies. That's fine. And the thing with that is that they're going to transform this card, which I don't think matters. I'm going to hit them with the old Wasteland on their Boseiju, who endures. So that's their green source gone. They've got a Planeswalker that's going to split out a 2/1 token. But 2/1 token doesn't look like it does a great amount on this battlefield. And we win. So I feel like against Absorb, I'm kind of into Dismembers, and I'm kind of into Hex Drinkers. I don't really have much interest in Null Rods. What about the rest of the deck? I think the rest of the deck has got text, at the very least. Bog doesn't do anything, Boseiju doesn't do anything. Nature's Claim. I've got 2 Bosejus already. And a Haywire Might. We run so many Disenchants, you know. There's no Needle in this list. That might be a consideration for another target. But there's no Needle in the initial list either. So the sideboard that I did, I don't know why this keeps happening to me. No, stop. The main sideboard change I did was I think I cut the 2 Vigors for 2 Dismembers. I had some reasoning for that. Yeah, we already had 2 Boseijus, 2 Nature's Claims. We have a Nature's Claim, right? Yeah, 2 Nature's Claims, 2 Boseijus. I didn't need 2 Vigors to complement the 2 Boseijus already in the main deck, especially when I'm adding a Haywire Might to the main deck. I didn't really. So I cut the Vigors because they get baubled hard. Well, I'm talking about getting baubled hard. Take a look at my hand. Okay, opponent's got a Lotus, so that's like a better start for them than last time. Let's see what they hit us with. So triple green into Tarmogoyf. Wooded foothills. Tarmogoyf grows more. It's now 2-3. The biggest and best of boys. This is Savannah. Quasali Pride Mage. Oh. Yeah, you can register that. So 2-3 and a 2-2. You've got 3 cards in hand. I've got 8 cards in hand, so I imagine we're going to try and even that out, right? We could just wasteland them. Wasteland you, I take 4. You play more stuff, and then I deploy Bazaar. Sounds kind of cracked, doesn't it? Wasteland you. I can even wasteland you and play Lotus. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. Wasteland you. Just roll out the Lotus, because then if they go land Pride Mage, then we just dismember their brains out and the game's over. I think that sounds great. Oh no, hang on. Don't yield, don't yield, don't yield. They play the Spirit Guides. Cool. They've got a forest. Good on them. I assume they attack with both here. Yeah. So in for 4 full points. And that's it. That's the whole turn. We're even holding the strip mine. I do like a good strip mine, that's the thing. It's tempting. Let's just play the Bazaar and be smart for a moment. So let's discard Vengevine, Lizard, Wasteland or Bazaar, or Saga. I guess Bazaar can go. We've done 1 activation, we've got 1 in play. We're kind of set on that front. So we'll cast this with Madness. I think I'll just kill the Tarmogoyf or kill the Pride Mage. I guess it doesn't matter, right? I guess I've got to kill the Tarmogoyf. In that case, I can just cast the Hollow One and feed that to the Kazali Pride Mage. I think the Tarmogoyf is the one that becomes a threat later. So let's attack for 4. I did like the idea of stripping them a moment ago, but there we go. They didn't take the bait on our Lotus. It was a shame, but I don't think it matters. And now we're in like a really good spot where at some point we're going to trade some cards. No, they've got nothing there. Cool. Pithing Needle. They're just going to needle my Bazaar. Yeah, I think, yeah, sure. I'm going to needle my Bazaar and then I'm just going to just body them with my immense power and toughness. Yeah, no land drop is pretty punishing for them. So Bazaar's dead. Let's dismember. Just dismember the Goyf. That one's the most annoying. And then strip mine your forest. Or just play strip mine. I think just play strip mine and attack for 8. The reason we're just going to play strip mine is it will give them the opportunity. It will give them the opportunity to Pride Mage my Hollow. Oh, Vigor. Pitching Pride Mage. Sure. So we don't need to do that right now. That's interesting. Vigor pitching Pride Mage when you've got... Or is that because I've shown them the strip mine? They've got one card in hand. Yeah, I'm just going to strip mine them, and if they've got a Tabernacle at Pendule Veil, then everything's dead anyway. That doesn't matter. If everything's dead, I guess I'm ahead, right, with a Saga in my hand. 2 cards for them. Beseiju. I'm wasting that. Pride Mage has got to come in, right, if you're not attacking. If you're not blocking, I mean. No, apparently I'm wrong. Chalice of the Void. Kill that guy in them. And then... Do I want a Chalice? I don't think so. A Chalice can be discarded to a currency converter at a later date if we want. Still no blocks, no attacks on the Pride Mage. I'll play a Saga. And I'll just stack for 4. I think this game's going swimmingly. Any blocks? Not this turn. Insulated against Tabernacle, which they kind of can't play anyway, so... Opponents at 3. Any green source will win from here. So Crucible of Worlds. Play a Wasteland. In we go. And then, yeah, looks like this game's going to come to a slow but clean close, unless they like randomly have like Fury or some shit. Struggling to consider outs that they might have at this point. Spirit Guide. Yeah, I don't know. But it's nice that the Lizard can now start attacking due to their low life points, and they've conceded the game, so that was nice. Good showing from the deck so far. Let's go to round 2. Okie dokie, so we're up against Omni. And our hand is pretty bizarreless. We have got turn 1 Null Rod. So I'm going to keep it, actually. So I've got turn 1 Null Rod into, like, Hexdrinker Pump. And if at any moment we draw a Bazaar, we get to put a Vengevine into play. So I quite like it. 7 cards enter the exile zone. Right, so the Null Rod plan's not very good. Oh, they're on, like, a Cradle Vine list. Interesting. I think we're dead. Okay, so how do we beat Cradle Vine from here? I guess we just go Hexdrinker go. It's like I've got Savannah Lion. Oh god. I've never I was already behind just because against the field I liked the Null Rod Hexdrinker throw creatures at you slowly side of things, but against Bazaar I don't like it at all. Paying costs. No, yeah. Playing Bazaar. They're in Cradleville. Which means they've got oofs as well. Their oofs are better than my Null Rods. Bloodghast, Once Upon a Time. Poxwalkers. So over to me. That's an Urza's Saga. I can make a 2/2 Stonecoil, but that doesn't seem very good. So I think I need to make a 3/3 Stonecoil, don't I? Which means I'm delaying Saga by a turn. But I could just go Saga Wormcoil, or Saga Rootwaller. I think I want to expose Saga once they've used more cards. So I'm just going to make a 3/3, which will at least get in the way of the Bloodghast for now. It will also consider Vigors. So yeah, my keep is good against like Duel. My keep is good against mono white, just because of the Hex Drinker and the fact that I can keep throwing creatures at them. But now they're just getting so many cards into play, I don't think we can win. Maybe my keep's actually crap. I actually think that might be way better, way more true, is that the keep is awful. I think that's really where I'm landing now. What I'd like to see them do though is just wasteland us so that we can play this Saga. Well, I think the Saga's too slow. So maybe I just need to top deck Bazaar. Yeah. So they killed the Ancient Tomb, and that I think I'm fine with. They didn't attack before, which I'm also like properly on board with. But if they Vigor, we just lose. Let's show them the Saga. I think I'll just pass. I don't think we're going to win. So of note, the whole joke on Cradle Vine is that we're good against Tabernacle. And we're good against Bazaar, Graveyard Hate. But I've got a Bog, and I've got a Tabernacle, and I've got a Cage, and they've got at least 10 creatures, right? 4 Vengevines, 4 Poxwalkers, 2 Bloodghasts. We haven't seen a sneaky snacker out of them yet, but they are more exposed to Cage than usual. We've not got loads against Bazaar, but we've got a little. We've got enough, I think. Bazaar oof, Bazaar goes to the bin. They've got 4 cards in hand still. So Hollow One's fine. Not sure how we ever win. Still no attacks. What is going on? Vigor both of those, sure. Strip mine. Cool, we're already dead. Let's go to the next one. Let's keep a better hand. I just don't think that hand's good actually. My hand's good if I'm up against exactly dual. So Hex Drinkers will come in because they're good in that sort of board state that we just saw. Bogs, Bosages, Tabs, and Cage, they all look great. Dismember's good because they're actually quite nickel and dimey. We certainly don't need Chalice, we certainly don't need Null Rod. I probably don't need Hex Drinker at this point. Crop Rot's kind of banging because I've bought this Rod and this Tab, so we'll keep that boy. We'll keep Golos for the exact same reason. Stonecoil Serpent, I imagine, is a liability. And there's got to be a way that I can cut a land, right? I'm going to cut a Yavimaya. Oh, cutting Yavimaya doesn't sound great. I might just cut myself a Mana Crypt. I'm bringing in these 2 Bosages. I probably don't need 50 billion mana sources in a deck. I think that works. 29 lands. Alright. Why did I bring in so many Bosages? Oh, they're on Bazaar. Yeah, Bosage kills Bazaar. Makes sense. So what does this do? What does this do? Turn 1 Crucible, but I'm on the play. Got all the lands we wanted. It's just not how we dreamed it up. Let's keep it. I'm going to go Emerald, Ancient Tomb, Crucible. They kept 7. Why is the stack over there? That's a Crucible of Worlds. And we're going to pass the turn here. If we get Chaliced, we get Chaliced. We're just going to body their first wave, which will be nice. And then we'll body their first Bazaar. Yeah, that's fine. 2 for 2. Bazaar comes in. Let's see what they discard. Bloodghast and a Lizard and a Bazaar. Seems great. Any of them hollow ones? No. Super Sage who endures. So I'll play one of those. I hate that choice. That's awful. We managed to lag out of it. No. No, the internet's struggling. So I've played a Baseju. So I can Baseju their Bazaar. Do they play a forest? That's the big question, right? I've given them another activation. I can't answer why right now. I don't feel like I've played this very well. I liked all the lands. Like, I liked the bog and the tabernacle. That all looked so cool. Alright, they've discarded 3 Bazaars. They've got a Lotus. Guy's Cradle brings back Bloodghast. Okay. Guy's Cradle plays Hex Drinker. Okay. And they're going to pump the Hex Drinker. Cool. That seems great. That seems great. Okay, so I think we've got outs here. I assume you just pump up, right? No? Okay. I'm just going to take a draw step before I decide what to do. Vengevine. Besage your guy's Cradle and hope you don't have a forest. Fuck you. That's annoying. Cast a Lotus then. That probably just kills us, right? Let's play a Vengevine. And I think we'll attack for 4. Attacking for 4 is really bad. So I think I'll just play Tabernacle at Pendle Vale. So now they're going to get 1 pump on the snake, which will trade with the lizard, with the Vengevine. Oh, they've cracked green, green, green here. Also, they've got a Besage of their own on the Tabernacle. Nice. I didn't register Forest, right? No, I wasn't that good at this game. They had it all. Good grief. I think I played it poorly, but they also had everything, including the basic Forest in their deck. So Hex Drinker grows. Mishra's Workshop is terrible. This Hex Drinker is going to very slowly build up and kill us. Like next turn it's a 4/4, right? I think I might be trading with it next turn, or as early as next turn. Yeah, because 1 Cradle just blows it out of the water, so I've got to trade with it as soon as they offer it. The fact they've discarded 3 Bazaars, and I ended up doing something else is really annoying. That's a Lizard. And a pump on the Hex Drinker. Hex Drinker's a 4/4. And a hollow one. So I need to kind of like top deck Crucible this turn. It's a Dismember. That's got protection from instants, alright. Sure. You're going. I feel like we're losing. Yeah, not having a Bazaar is a real problem. They missed a flip on their Bazaar there. Dismember off the top as well. Gnarly. So 4, 8, that's just so much damage. Let's kill this guy. And then we'll top that Crucible of Worlds and die anyway, I think, at that point. Yeah, 8 puts us to 3. Yeah, so we're just dead. Just cold. Cold to the basic forest. So it goes. What can I rotate for? Can I rotate for anything good here? Can I rotate for anything good? Not really. I've got a Vengevine in my graveyard though, so there's that. Nope. Right, I think I played like that like ass in like every sense. Like I think my two keeps were questionable. I just liked the fact that I had Tabernacle and Paducah Bog. Um, yeah, really, that was it. I didn't have a Bazaar in any of the games, so that's quite problematic. And then the way I opened the game, just running headfirst into their Vigor, probably also really bad. So you live and you learn, especially with these like Brew style decks where we're not used to them. And like I'm not expecting to run into Aggro Vine. To be honest with you, I've played a bit of it recently, and I found it fun but underwhelming. So hey ho, we will move on and go to the next round, and I'll see you there. Okay, round 3 up against Summer Troll. We've got two Bazaars, we've got some Strip Mines, we've got some Chalices. I think they're usually like kind of shoppy. I might be wrong. No idea. We've got a Taxium Probe. Look at all my greatness. I've got a Lizard and some other cards. I always forget what people play. In my mind, they play Prison, but clearly not with a Probe in their hand. Um, so yeah, let's see what they do with this information. Summer Troll has sent me a message. Dope. Oh, that's aggressively big. Go over there. Well, that's a brew. Yeah. Yeah. You could say that. You could say that. Um, true statements all around. How do you approach? How do you approach that now, Mr. Summer Troll? They're having a bit of a think. Having a bit of a think about that one. Think concluded. They've landed on Wasteland. So good on them. Good on them. But I've got two Bazaars and a Vengevine. Yeah, you're not my dad. Here's a Bazaar. Rip. So Vengevine Workshop. Mana Crypt, I guess? I don't need a Crypt, do I? No. Play a Crypt, unless it's Chalice and 1-0. We've got the second Bazaar. If they place another Wasteland next turn, we can just waste them again. Yeah, so if they waste me out and they're on Underground Sea, okay, so up against like Bug or some shit. Lurisless Bug. Soul Guide Lantern. Main deck. That's kind of upsetting, really, isn't it? That's not really what I signed up for in my Vengevine Crucible of Worlds deck. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ancient Tomb. Cool. Let's just give it a spin. Crucible Currency Converter. So I don't need a Lizard. I don't need Ancient Tomb, is that true? I want to keep both of those cards on the right. I don't need the Lizard. I'm gonna go Ancient Tomb Yavimaya with a low confidence that that's correct. Where's my Lizard? Over there. Caca. I'm a bit concerned about getting Psychic Frogged here. So maybe I'll just play out a Workshop and get Vigored instead. Workshop Crucible. Spell Pierce. The absolute brutality of this man. Cool. So, we can go to the grave just along with all of our cards. And then they shipped it back. Okay. Urza's Saga. Urza's Saga. Urza's Saga. How do I feel about Urza's Saga? A Flare Currency Converter. This will at some point force them to do something about that Soul Guide Lantern. And now I think I'm just going to strip. And attack for 1. They've got a face-up Bowmaster at the moment, so we probably can't be all out there doing the thing. But I think we'll go with an upkeep. Oh, dress down. Kill your wasteland. Do I want to activate my Bazaar? I think so. Pretty brutal. But this should deal with the Soul Guide Lantern. And then all my future Bazaar activations are kind of cracked, right? Oh no. We just get it all? We just get it all. Okay, well done. So I know I just got a hollow one, but it means I'm going to get an Urza Saga ticking and rolling. They've tapped a blue, they're going to cycle a Lorion in their main phase. And get another Underground Sea. Which is cool. It's good for them. And a Manifold Key. Less excited about that idea. Less excited about that. So let's grab a 2/2. So currency converter's pretty cracked with our Bazaar of Baghdad, really. And I can't imagine I'm improving on Wasteland here. So I think I'm just going to Wasteland them. And if do I want to? I probably don't want to. I could have Bazared and then held the Wasteland. But I think this is fine. I think this is fine. At some point, they're going to have to do something about this Soul Guide Lantern. Yeah. So now I'm going to make a treasure token on their end step. And we've just got like so much that's like random equity out of this. Just in a 2/2 and a treasure token, right? I'm now fixed for green. I can pump my lizard this turn and get him for 5. Yeah, so let's activate Bazaar. Vengevine, Ancient Tomb. Yeah, let's just discard those. Let's see if they want to crack their thing. Or if they want to give us more 2/2s. Yeah, so they get rid of it now. Which I think is cool. I think that's fine. Yeah, so I've got to click through this anyway. That's cool. That's cool. Do I want to... I'm going to play my Saga. And I am going to pump my Lizard, I think, here. And attack for 5. So this is actually just quite the motley crew of threats, right? I think the fact that they didn't shoot off the Manifold Key, they just like put it into play, right? They didn't do anything particularly special about it. There's no reason to think they've got the key other than the fact that they played a. Yeah, so they don't have the time vault, otherwise you'd roll it out there. They're once again representing an Orcish Bowmaster, so we need to be somewhat careful considering that. Mox Emerald is a tragic draw, to be honest with you. So let's get in for 3 first of all, and then we'll pass the turn. So we need to just be careful about the way in which Bowmaster impacts everything. Dress down. Dress down's fine, right? Are they on like Psychic Frog Bug, or are they on like? This is a lot of dress downs. Like it could be very combo-y. Chalice of the Void is not great. Oh no, Black Lotus is not great into Chalice of the Void. So that's cool. They've got an Urza's Saga of their own. Okay. And a Null Drifter. Alright, so that's the whole joke here. So evoking the Null Drifter thing. But is that good enough? So they draw 2 cards. We move to our end step, and I get to. I appreciate that you've got a dress down. I've got Bazaar of Baghdad. So I get to exile all of these cards. I get to put an Urza Saga into my graveyard. Let your dress down trigger resolve. Make a token. It's thick and greedy. Flip Bazaar. On upkeep, that's going to feed the converter. Tasty stuff. And now my Saga's going to pop off. What do we draw? We draw Lotus. So the Saga's going to pop off. We can't really do anything with the Saga at the moment, so we get Haywire Might. So let's attack with the squad. Right? Attacking with the squad seems fine. They've kind of got to trade in some way, I think. That block doesn't look great to me. I'll make a treasure. Cool. So they've blocked the 2/2, taking 5, going to 1. But we make a treasure, and they're actually taking 6, going to 0. And 0 is quite low. So they die, and we win. So that's cool. Yeah. Nature's Claim, probably fine. Dismember's probably bad. I think we'll just have some Nature's Claims. Just some additional claims. We'll take out some Stone Coils. Just a little bit of a trim and a shave. Yeah, we'll submit it like that. Submit it like this. Submit it like that. Okay, game 2. What have we got? What have we got? Oh, this is like questionably bad, isn't it? So this is the problem with this sort of deck. It's like, I'm like, look at this, like turn 1 Null Rod. Kill all your mocks. Get on with our day. But there's not really much day to get on with, right? I make a 4/4. and then lose. I really need to be making that Stonecaller 5/5. The Saga's not great. I think I'm going to ship it. I don't like it, but I'm going to ship it. And this is all the Bazaar, nowhere to go. Yeah, let's go to 5. Oh, it's just horrific. What does this even do? It's like peak Saga gaming. Put back green cards. Hold hollow one. Hey, why might now cover? Oh, this is awful. Show me a Bazaar Baghdad already. Let's keep this. Let's put back the shit cards. No, that wasn't one of them. I'm gonna put back one Norrod and one Vengefine. We're gonna make a 3/3 and a Norrod. There you go. Game plan. So Island, Pithing Needle. Got him. Got him. Mulligan to 4. Don't even have it. Taste it. Look at that. You've just discarded a blank piece of cardboard. I play a Yavimaya and cast a Basking Root Waller. Tell me what you think about that one, Mr. Sommer. Oh shit, I can't beat that. Cannot beat a Wasteland. I guess I should play Beseiju. And then attack for 1. Opponent's got 5 cards. We've got 3 cards. We have mulligan quite low here, just trying to find a hand that had a plan. But maybe that's something that you kind of get used to with a deck like this. Is just the... Okay, fine. Alright, your Pithing Needle does something. Yeah, maybe that's just something you kind of grow used to, is which hands are good, which hands are bad. Which hands actually do something for you. How to play different matchups. I still don't think I'd know with like a lot of reps how I'd play the Null Drifter dress down matchup. Opponent casts Ancestral. Imagine it's going to be something like Wasteland your Wasteland, play my Saga, and then the game kind of just like peters out from there. Now that we've drawn the Bazaar, their Needle's doing something, which is quite upsetting, because when they played it, we had like the big arena of ideas advantage. Okay, both of us on Null Rods means that one of us is wrong. Let's attack. Attack and pump. Look at that. 3 damage. Bang. Ancient Tomb. Your go. Depending on what it looks like they're doing with Wastelands and other effects. That's a Saga, so I think we can expect a Wasteland from them. It means we'll probably be cycling the Hollow one. Oh no. In they come. Just the draw 2. Draw 2 and it dies. Yeah, sure. Sounds great. Unless there's like a 0 mana stifle that I'm unsure about. Oh, a Lotus. Don't like that. Oh yeah, I do like that. I've got a Norrod. Seeing as I imagine I'm wastelanding there as a Saga this turn, I am going to cycle the Hollow one. That 2 Bazaars. So let's pump the Lizard. They've got 7 cards. We're never winning this. Waste the Saga. Play the Bazaar. Hit for 3. Opponent goes to 12. Playing the Bazaar, because if we hit like a Yavimaya Cradle and they don't wasteland us somehow, then we get to cast Golos off of the Bazaar. We've got a Flooded Strand. No, nothing. Okay. Cradle? No. Alright, bro. Enough of the daggers. So let's attack them for 3. We might get bowmanned in this spot. But they might just not have bowmen, although that fetch informs me that our lizard is dying. The advantage of our lizard dying here is it means we can go to the next game. Yep, cool. So we're going to get out of here. Mainly because they're just going to strip mine us, and we can't cast another spell. And if we do unlock our bazaars, they're dead. Did we learn anything from that? If they're on null rods, we probably don't want to be on null rods. We probably do want to have a couple of cleft roofs, a couple of hex drinkers. Hex drinkers aren't like the best thing in the world into the face of a bowman, but I think it's a life I'm willing to live. I might swap dismembers in, so I've got an answer to the bowmen and like hole breaches and that sort of thing. I think that sounds fine. Again, sideboarding is kind of random in this sort of world, but game 3 then. What have I got on turn 1? Turn 1 I've got a 4/4, right? It's pretty dope. So let's keep this. Which type of 4/4 do I want to have? I guess one that's protection from instants is better. Let's cast this. Let's cast this. See if we get misstepped. We'll cast Mana Crypt. I don't know why I played around Mindbreak Trap. It's so exceptionally hard. Play Yavimaya, see if we can get a Wasteland out of them. Well, I regret that. I should have played Wasteland. So that I had a confirmed Vengevine next turn. But for now, if we just got a 4/4. Over to the opponent. Wasteland's hidden, so that's like good and bad. Yeah. You gonna needle me? Soaring, sure. So this can be like Wasteland, you attack for 8, and that's like kind of big game, right? Yep. Wasteland you. Bish, bash, bosh. Attack for 8. Crunch, crunch. And then next turn I can either like, I can't quite max this guy out, can I? I can max him if I want to. I don't know the interaction between level up counters and dress downs. I don't know if I want to know. I presume everything just drops off and I have a 2/1. But it might remain a 4/4. I wouldn't be able to deduce that information based off of the text of the card. The opponent walks into a saga, and the barman says, "My turn." Cool. Alright, just passing to the second main phase. Right, so what does this mean? What does this little handy trio of cards mean? Let's face up. So we can march the boys for 6/6, get dressed down, and we still won't know what that means. We can just cast a hollow one. I think I'm just going to go to the skies, actually, with the Hex Drinker. If they kill us with Vault Key, they can't really do that next turn. That's pretty tough to do. What could they have? Just dress down. Yeah, so here's a dress down for us. As I said, I don't know how this interacts. It just becomes a 2/1. Okay. So it goes back to level 1. Make it make sense. Maybe I'll just Chalice on 0 then. I mean, I still get to attack for 6, right? And then opponent cycles a Lorien. Okay, so then they'll get Underground Sea. They're going to take 6. It resetting to a 2-1 is interesting to me. Just because that doesn't really make sense. Like, it does make sense, but like, I would accept that if it lost protection from instants, right? Yeah, no, it's weird. I was just hoping that like the power and toughness part of that ability was separate to the ability, if that makes sense. Yeah, I don't know why it would be. I wonder if I'm always getting dressed down there. But maybe that's good for maybe the way we played it was actually really good for us. Just like it made them use the dress down so they can on their turn here dress down and bowman me. So 2 mana off of a Soul Ring plus an island's worth of mana and a Saga's worth of mana makes a treasure cruise for 4 cards. Sapphire gets countered by Chalice of the Void once again. I like the fact that our opponent's Chalice checked us a couple of times this match. I do appreciate that sort of thing. 1 mana up. Looks like a tough way to go about it. Feel the opponent. We won the flip. I've got a hollow one. Can I have a counter now? Thank you. So we've got protection from the world, and we're just going to get in with both creatures. And I don't know how this can go wrong from here. It cannot. So we win the match, which is quite cool. Our opponent said I'm 3-0 and this is what I lose to. What a hero. They are funny. No, that went quite well. That went quite well. And this game 3 as well, we actually kept a non-Bazaar hand that functioned and worked. So that's pretty neat. I'll see you for round 4, which will be me playing Magic. Okay, round 4 on the plate, and we'll probably keep this one. It's got all the good cards, and it puts them all into play on the first turn. So there's my top-notch analysis for you. If you can present 10 power on turn 1, it can be good to do so on occasion. So there you go. There you go. Bazaar 101. But is Bassi a shops gamer? Or am I just like scarred from being like I've got 10 power and my opponent's got like I've got turn 1 Golos and a Tabernacle? I could just be scarred from that, and that might be the issue. Yeah. I've got a feeling they're a shops gamer, but just because they're a shops gamer doesn't mean I'm not going to 10 ball them on the first turn of the game, you know? So let's get in there. And they've mulliganed to 6. We're going to activate Bazaar of Baghdad. Crunch. I'm going to discard the cards which deserve to be discarded. Then we're going to attack them for 4, and then post-combat we'll cast this Hollow One creature. Yes, I would like to reanimate Avengevine. Now I'd like to move to combat. Of note, we do not have a turn 2 Norrod here. That's my Hollow One. Your turn. I'm not going to cast a Stone Coil. But the cool thing about Stone Coil is it means we're only 1 creature away from reanimating this Avengevine again. So, opponent's turn. How do you feel about 10 power? 10 power is quite a lot in the grand scheme of 16 life points. They've got a bauble, a ruby, sorry, and a workshop. Yes, they are a workshop gamer. Lodestone Golem. Yeah, they're like a proper workshop gamer as well. Interesting. Interesting. So let's activate Bazaar. What can I activate Bazaar into, though? That's the big question. Do I need to play Wasteland first? Yeah, probably. Activate Bazaar. Lizard, Crucible, Bazaar. They can... Lizard, Norrod, Bazaar can go, I think. Lizard, Norrod, Bazaar. I'm not going to cast my Lizard. Poor boy. And we're just going to crunch in like this, because I think I'm stripping that workshop. Kind of, regardless, actually. Yeah, they're trading off the Lodestone Golem. Taking 6 points of damage. And we're going to put that workshop into their graveyard. Maybe that activation's really bad, actually. I think it is. I did nothing with the cards and I had no reason to use them. So they would wasteland me, but that means they're not really getting anywhere. Let's play an Urza's Saga. An attack for 6. And this attack for 6 is quite like inconspicuous, I think. Like if they can deal with the Vengevine, then they're dead to the Cradle. And they're not going to have the time to waste the Saga. Yeah, cool, they're dead. So our Wasteland did the vast majority of the work there. Well, not the vast majority of the work, but you know what I mean. So I like this, and I like this. I also do tend to like the old Hex Drinkers. I'm going to drop the Norrods. I'm going to drop the Chalice on the draw. Here I might Currency Converter, some other magic cards. Stonecoil Serpent can be one of the thicker lads in play, but I think that's not really the battle we want to be fighting. And I think I'll drop Mana Crypt and just another Stonecoil. So, Sirens go burr. That's aggressive. Okay, a pretty nice opener here. We've got a turn 1 Vengevine if we want one. I imagine we do. What's sick about this turn 1 Vengevine is it gets in through a Lodestone Golem. So Mishra's Workshop. Patchwork. Vexing Vorpal. Okay. So Vexing Vorpal kind of dicks on everything. What happens if we just wasteland them again? How does that sound? Sounds great to me. You'll go. Vexing Vorpal kind of does a number on this hand. Wastelands on me. Okay. To a Pithing Needle on Bazaar. Okay, that's pretty unfortunate. That's pretty unfortunate. Needle on Bazaar. Yeah, okay. Fine. You got that bit. In comes Patchwork Automaton. We draw a lizard naturally. Go Workshop Stonecoil and hope they struggle to produce another artifact spell this turn. If they don't, we're in trouble. Like if they trigger the Patchwork again, we're really far behind. If they can't trigger the Patchwork this turn, then we might have time to build out of this. So they wasteland my workshop. They play an Ancient Tomb. They have a spell. Another bauble. Okay. They've got a 4/4. We are going to get to cycle our hollow one. So in comes Patchwork. We can't block it. We've got a Wasteland. I think I've got to hold that. I'm going to cycle a hollow one. I'm not sure why we're sorcery speeding that. Let's just get in for 3 whilst we can. And let's try and come up with a plan of how we ever beat this patchwork automaton. Wasteland's pretty bad for the home team. Crucible Wasteland is a lot worse for the home team, to be honest. Okay. Play draw can make an impact. Top deck Nature's Claims can also make an impact. Okay. Obviously, opponent's got Strip Crucible here. They've only got 2 cards in hand. They're now under the Ancient Tomb clock. We can kind of like wasteland their Ancient Tomb at some point. And that's going to grow us buy us a turn. They can also just play Workshop and they're straight back into it. Yeah, alright. Let's just waste them. Wasteland you. Attack for 3. They play the Workshop from graveyard. They've immediately got a spell. It's a Grafdigger's Cage. Okay, that's fine. And a Sphere of Resistance. Also kind of fine. Currency Converter. Pretty banging. When you look like you're about to go to discards at some point here. That means any Ancient Tomb in the future is going to make a 2/2 off of this hollow one. Opponent's at 8 now. They've got 3 cards in hand. Tabernacle at Pendule Veil is going to kill my Stone Coil. Kind of sad about that one. Can't do anything about it though. Stone Coil Serpent. Yeah, still can't do anything about that one either. Okay. So let's pass. And then pass. So this Tabernacle might make the game kind of like... I might kind of close the door behind us. They're going to wasteland us. I think that's fine. And then they've got something to do as well. Their creature is just going to die next turn, right? Over to us. A lizard. So let's pass. They've got that cage as well, so we can't even like build up to Avengevine. Wasteland out the yard. Golos. Yeah, I think they're going to just about claw this out from us, actually. They do need to find a threat, but... Whew. Alright then. Yeah, there's a Golos. Cool. Alright, let's pack this one up, because I'm not going to get around that. Let's go somewhere else. By somewhere else, I mean to game 3. That felt like reasonably close for a moment. What do we think about Bog against Workshops? I think it sounds awful, actually. Maybe more threats is good, and maybe like a diverse array of threats is good. Cut the dismembers. I've already got loads of disenchants and shit for them, so I think we should be okay on that front. Yeah. Okay, so game 3 against Bassi here, and we're going to keep this. We're going to rotate this Boseiju into a Vengevine. Rotate the Boseiju into a Bazaar. Activate the Bazaar. Pray to discard a lizard. We could just go Boseiju Go. Nah, Boseiju Go dies to Bauble really hard, doesn't it? So I need to kind of present threats and then play Ancient Tomb to pay for Tabernacle. I think that sounds way better. What happens if they play Bazaar of Baghdad? Not Bazaar of Baghdad. Leyline of the Void. What do we think about that? Can rotate into a Saga if they play a Leyline. That's a play. I think if like if they don't do anything in the pre-game section, we're gonna rotate. We're gonna rotate for Bazaar. We're gonna hope we hit a lizard, and if we do, we'll hold the stone coil, and if we don't, we'll just discard the stone coil to trigger the Vengevine. That'll be the game plan, and that means we'll have 8 power in play going into their turn 1. So no effects. I mulligan to 5. So let's play Boseiju. Let's rotate the Boseiju. Boseiju, the big tree, turns into the local shop. We activate that. So Vengevine, Boseiju, Workshop to the bin, cast Hollow One, cast Stone Coil for 0, trigger Vengevine. So the reason we've done it this way around is I want the Ancient Tomb because it activates Saga and it activates to pay for these 2 nerds through tab. If they've got turn 1 tab, they've got turn 1 tab, and that's a real problem. But for now, that's the game plan. Threats and then pay for them later. 6 cards after their draw step and the double mulligan. A good clean clock from us. As they go into their turn 2, they're going to be dead on board, but of course they've just got the natty tab. So that's really problematic. That's one of those things, right, where we could have waited a turn, but that like immediately gets binked on by Vexing Bauble. So Godos is interesting actually. So let's play a Workshop and pass a turn. You've got to imagine that any wastelands from the opponent here are hitting my Bazaar. Or at least that's what I imagine. Golos is kind of cracked here, because we're going to go Ancient Tomb, Golos, activate Bazaar, flip 2 lizards, put a Saga into play, some shit like that. Lizards make Vengevines, so that's an Ancient Tomb. Is it a Sphere? Sphere would be annoying. So Vexing Bauble. Vexing Bauble's absolutely fine by me. Grafdigger's Cage, less exciting, but acceptable. Less exciting for me, I mean. So let's take a draw step. That's the lizard that we wanted, but the Vengevines are now kind of cold. So let's play Golos. What do we get here? Saga, Strip. Yavimaya, Cradle, cast a Vengevine, cast a lizard. Yavimaya, cast a lizard's actually kind of funny. Yavimaya, cast a lizard, is that actually real? Because, like, they're on an Ancient Tomb. Their hand's been quite anemic so far. And, like, if I get Saga and then I get wasted next turn, that's still fine though, right? Because I've got Ancient Tomb. And then my Saga ticks up and it eventually becomes a Stone Coil Serpent. Not Stone Coil Serpent. A Currency Converter. That's really close, I think. Saga versus Cradle. I think Saga's just a little bit better. And then I don't do anything with this lizard, we just hold it for discard equity for next turn. And like, I know I don't get to make a token off of this saga necessarily, but I think the fact that it's going to become a currency converter in the future is good enough. Oh, they're coming off the bauble. That's a pretty big game for us. Bog me, that doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, if you're converting your bauble into a tap land, I'm kind of all over it. So do I flash? I guess I flash in a lizard and just hit them with damage points, right? That's got to be way better than slow rolling. I hit you for 4 and you've got to tap your tomb again, and I hit you for 4. Probably into all of that, actually. Black Lotus, okay. That can change things in a heartbeat, to be honest. No, it can't. Okay, so they're just deploying a Lotus for the memes. So yeah, I'm just going to flip my Bazaar. I hate everything about flipping my Bazaar. Look at Crucible World, just go to the bin. We did get a Flash 1-1. So, welcome to Vintage and all that. So, pay for Lizard, pay for Golos. They could have like a Dismember here or something. So I want to flip my Bazaar of Baghdad. Do I gain anything from that? At this point in time, I don't think so. So let's just go here. Another Lizard. Okay. Attack for 4. My opponent's got 3 cards and 6 mana. But they could still be kind of like up against it, right? I guess like a Worm Coil Engine this turn would really brown us. I feel like that activation was, the end step activation was okay. I think the results oriented thinking side of things, and I'm like, oh my god, my Hollow One's gone. I think that's kind of upsetting. I do exceptionally like the bit where they're passing priority without doing anything. That looks quite good for the home team. I'm going to pay for both creatures. And then my Saga is going to ultimate. I'm going to get a currency converter. And then we can activate Bazaar of Baghdad now with mana floating. And we'll just wasteland their ancient tomb, I guess. Look at that. Look at all them triggers. We'll cast a lizard. Oh, hang on. No, we're exiling cards at the moment. Sorry. Exile, exile. This is interesting. Do I want to current? I'm going to click yes, just for curiosity's sake, because I don't think it gets it. No, you can't see the lizard. The lizard in exile. And now we'll play Wasteland. We'll tap this to put a Saga into play. We'll crack this for green. And we'll womble, put our opponent to 1. Oh no, we'll put them to 2. So their ancient tomb's gone. In we go. Crunch, crunch, crunch. It's their turn. Okay, so that's gone quite well. The games of this, when this deck wins, are quite weird, aren't they? Just like, this is my lizards and my golos. I think this currency converter is quite cracked. I quite enjoy that. Obviously, in our 4 to 6 null rod deck, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's pretty funny. And it, in concert with Bazaar, is really where it pops off. We've not had to pay its 2 draw a card, discard a card. We've just been tapping it. But the fact that we can get Saga and, you know, our Bazaar's got so much text again through the face of a Graph Digger's Cage. And like, it kind of doesn't matter, right? We can just like activate our Bazaars as and how we want to. Pitting Needle. Yeah, bro. You got it. Pithing Needle Wasteland. Wasteland my... That doesn't do anything. Pithing Needle Wasteland. Wasteland my Ancient Tomb. Untap and make a treasure. Tap my Wasteland to pay for Golos. I just named Bazaar of Baghdad. Okay, so like, do they have just like a dismember or something? What do they have? So let's pay for the nerds first of all. Yep. Golos, yeah, I'll pay for Golos as well. Not sure what we're doing here. I'll play a Wasteland. I'll attack you for 6? 5. 5, becoming more. Yeah. We win the match. Very good sign for the home team. That was cool. That was cool. I like the different elements of the deck. I do feel like this currency converter is kind of tying the room together at times in this league. And that would have been a walking ballista from the original deck list. Maybe a walking ballista would have been good in some spots as well. But Saga Bazaar Converter, I think, is kind of sick. So 3-1 going into the final game. Okay, 5th and final round. We're up against OK MV. So that's good. I hope we get a nice Bazaar hand. We've got a pretty cool hand anyway. Lure Us to the Dream Den. Cool. I'm going to keep this. I think I'm going to lead on Chalice on 0. And then I'm going to play... yeah, Chalice on 0. Then I'm going to go Workshop, Crucible. Workshop, Crucible of Worlds. Discuss. That all got through. Nice. Over to the opponent then. I am legally allowed to play a Stone Coil. So it's not yielding. That means that next turn we can Bazaar, activate Bazaar, maybe flip some Vengevines or some nonsense, and then play a 3/3 Stone Coil, which is kind of on the thicker side of things. So let's play Bazaar, activate that. So I don't need the zeros, right? Can't cast the zeros. Now I'm going to make 3/3. And then just get bigger from here. What do you think about my 3/3? Are you reading about how it blocks your Psychic Frog? Ancestral Recall. Powerful. The Stone Coil gets through. Nice. So no days, no force. I believe we need a null rod at some point soon here. So Underground Sea. Psychic Frog. Right. Psychic Frog pumps. Discarding a Mox Ruby. That makes sense. I do have protection from multicolored though, so that's something to be aware of. This Bazaar activation's close to free here because of the presence of Crucible. So let's play a Saga from Graveyard. We'll get a trigger there. Now I think I'll make a 4/4. And if this resolves, I'll attack with the 3/3. If it doesn't resolve, I won't attack with the 3/3. It's all very complex. And basically the Psychic Frog can't ever get through our Reach Pro multicolored creature. So in we go. Obviously, Fatal Push will change that. Block. You cannot block. So, Ponder from the opponent. Reach, trample, protection for multicolored. What a list of words that is. What a list of words. So ponder into ponder. So I'm gonna load up my chat, but my chat's been going kind of ham recently. I've lost my chat. Okay, I don't have a chat box. Hide chat. Ah, why does hide chat make massive chat pop up? So ponder shuffle, ponder no shuffle. They've got a polluted delta. So we draw a workshop. Saga triggers. Activate Bazaar of Baghdad. Draw another stone coil serpent. Let's play an ancient tomb. Play the third stone coil serpent. They've got 7 cards in hand. Do you have a force of will for this one? No. Okay. I would like to attack you for 7. Crunch, crunch. I feel like we could easily just get Vault Keyed at some point in the very near future. Volcanic Island. Interesting. It's like a shatter. Oh, bolt your 3/3. Interesting. Cool. They're at 10. And I feel like we're good. I feel like we're in a good spot. Other than things like Vault Key, I think we're doing fine. Underworld Breach would be another one that kind of is annoying. Well, Underworld Breach struggles with Chalice, right? I guess Dress Down is going to make a difference here as well. Dress Down will kill our tokens. It's a 5/5. Stone Coil Serpent. Ever heard of it? Let's make a token. And let's get... I can't get Haywire Mike, so I've not got access to green mana. I'm just going to get Converter. And then... attack? Or play Saga first? I think we play Saga first. And now I'm going to attack them for 1 billion damage and assume I'm getting dressed down. So do I just attack them for 4? Because then they got to discard 2 cards? Let's just attack them with everything. Oh no, the dress down kills my stone coil from hand. And I thought about that a second ago. I don't know if I said anything out loud about it, but I thought about it. So dress down will remove the protection for multicolored, which means they can pump. Yes, they're on an Underworld Breach build. Pump, dress down, block, eat your 3/3, take 4. Okay. Yeah, pump, pump. So they're going to take 3 from this whole thing. So this has been like pretty tragic for us here. Kind of distressing. Do I want to activate Bazaar? I can't cast a Stone Coil Serpent this turn. They're gonna get in a big swing. If I activate Bazaar, it's just to make a currency converter token on end step. I think that's good enough. Especially seeing as it's playing around other things. So it's playing around Bowmasters and stuff like that by doing it now. So unfortunate about the 4th Stone Coil. Unfortunate about the massive attack they're going to get in on us now. And also unfortunate that missed on all land, right? So it'd been nice to just have a green source there. Like the option for a green source. So this is 3 mana, so 3 mana buys Lurus. Can you attack with the frog? Can you afford to? Yeah, and it comes. I think I'm happy just to take 4 here. Oh, hang on, that's not 4, is it? That's 4, 6 is 10. Cool. I'll take it. So they draw another card. End step, I make a creature. They need another removal spell here, because otherwise they're just going to die. I'll put the Stone Cold into my graveyard. Upkeep, I'm going to activate Bazaar of Baghdad. Oh, that was no green source again. Absolute savagery coming out of the deck there. We'll cast a Lizard. And then we'll exile Golos. That was unfortunate. It was unfortunate. I do get another hit at that though, don't I? Because I can actually go Bazaar, activate Bazaar. Now we hit a green source, which I think should win. So now I'm attacking them for 8. So in go the clowns. Attack. Blocks don't happen. Activate currency converter. Put Mishra's workshop into my graveyard. Tap. Tap. Pump. And that's some damage points. You got a fatal push over there. Fatal push. Steel sabotage. Damage step, please. No, yeah, Fire Truck wins. Sick. So, I think I like the idea of a trap. I think I like the idea of a cage just getting in the way. Maybe more Null Rods is dope as well. That's quite hefty overhauls, right? So, how do we want to trim this? I don't think this is a Golos gaming matchup. I don't think Hex Drinker matters quite so much. Stone Cold Serpent has never looked so impressive in all its life. I still need 3 cuts from here. So maybe I can like just trim 1 Null Rod because I'm bringing in 2 green ones. See, the fact that they died to Bolt is probably worse. Cage is like kind of narrow. I'm gonna drop a red lizard. That was a cool game though, where the Stone Coil Serpents are able to get through the frog. That could actually be like a real thing going forwards in Vintage. Like, to the workshop decks want to move away from like Patchwork or Nettle Cyst, one of those two, and start playing something that like massively blocks a frog. I don't know. This text box, man. How do I get it back into where it came from? Oh, it's so bright. So bright. So, turn 1, Stone Cold, turn 2, Saga Null Rod, turn 3, die. Yeah, that doesn't look good enough, does it? Right, turn 1 Null Rod, that's a bit more gaming, isn't it? Turn 1 Null Rod, and then Wasteland you for the rest of the week. Yeah, it's the sort of thing I'm here to do. So, Misty Rainforest, you got it, bro. Strip Mine in hand, Basic Island sighted. Shadowmoor Basic Island though, a man of taste. Let's get a look at that artwork. Look at that. That's some oozy fucking lock. Oh, they probed me. To see the good news. To see the good news. Tormod's Crypt. Let's hit him with the old Null Rod, I think. Let's Null Rod up. First of all. First things first, I've got a gnaw rod. Do you have anything to say about the gnaw rod? No, cool. Right, so my graveyard's safe. That's the big thing. And then after that come the strip mines. Flooded Strand. Stonecoil Serpent. So strip mine. Discuss. Floats of blue. I'd like to move to combat. Does nothing with blue. I'd like to play a Crucible of Worlds. Force of Negation. Sure. That seems good. Seems like that will keep you in the game. But next turn, have I got the 6/6 for you? Yeah, I got the 6/6 for you, Monfrere. So in we go. Big stone coil. Bang. Oh, this gets dressed down exceptionally hard. Okay, it did not. That's good. So opponent's turn. Hitting us with the ponder with the fetch land behind. All very tasty. And then it's over to me. Oh, Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, that's pretty cute. So 6/6 can go to the graveyard, I guess. Wasteland Volcanic? How does that sound? Doesn't sound particularly great. I don't know if they know about this green source. Let's cast Hollow on them. Just, you know, actual factual cast it. And then we'll play Yavimaya Cradle. Give them a little mana bump. Why not? Opponent's got 3 cards. But obviously they've pondered 16 times, I think, so far this game. So that's quite a lot. It's another land. Making the most of their Cradle. 3 mana buys Lurrus of the Dream Den. I assume that was. I'm going to tap one of these to pay. Don't know why. Don't ask me. I don't want to talk about it. That was horrific. That was horrific. Norod. Cool. So let's play that. And then we'll play a Wasteland. And we'll pass the turn, I guess. We'll just hold this Wasteland, I think. The tab's not really doing anything. The Lurrus isn't really going to do anything. And whenever we hit a land, we can then play Vengevine and really start dealing damage. Yeah, I think that sounds good. So I'm going to fetch 2 Underground Seas. Play a Lurrus. We've got nothing to buy back with the Lurrus at the moment. It's just a 3/2. This time we'll tap correctly with our Hollow one. Land. Currency Converter. Yeah, right. Oh, that doesn't do anything. Got no rod. I probably don't even want to play it. I'm a Bazaar deck. Cards in hand seems good. So let's hit them with the old 4/4 then, and just give that a bash. You could have a dismember here, something like that, but I think these null rods are doing a good job at the moment. If we ever hit a Bazaar, our graveyard is quite safe from the Tormod script and the hate that the opponent's got. Lurrus is going to eat some mana. Well, she's only going to eat the Tabernacle mana, right? Oh no. They paid a black. They forgot. They remembered for a minute and then they forgot. They have done a good job at drawing lands. So Lurrus is going to get in. Lurrus puts them to 10. So it's a slow burn, this one. If I get to cast this Vengevine, that'll be sick. So any land. Any land for the home team. No, Stonecoil Serpent. Now that Stonecoil Serpent is not going to be like the smallest creature in play. Now, that can change with a dress down. But I'm clearly just going for it all, you know. Dress down would be annoying, because it would kill the Stonecoil. A 7/7 Pro multicolored trample. If it resolves and that's what it is, that will probably be quite good on this battlefield against an opponent on 6 with a multicolored creature. So that got through. Many things they can have from this spot. But if they don't have them, then this will be a relatively threatening card for us to have resolved. Opponent fetching. Red, is this a spree? Spree or 2 nerds have the game? No, red into Gush. So it's like triple spree. That would be powerful. The 3-way shattering spree. I guess they need the 4-way shattering spree, right? Otherwise they're still kind of in this Lurrus Hollow 1 race, which I think I'm winning. And that Vengevine swings at any moment. But it does look kind of shattering spree. Although triple bolt on Stonecoil would be very funny. They've got 7 cards, and one of them is a Volk. The rest of them could be anything. So that's a blue source. It can't have Dak Faden because they're a Lurrus gamer. Dak Faden also can't steal a Stonecoil. Okay. So Underworld Breach is going to represent a decent number of Gushes and Ponders. But I still have more Null Rods than God. The escape cost is its mana cost, so it's a 0 number of Gushes. So that's going to be, so if they're looking for a braid, then it's going to be Ponder, probe you, right? Ponder, probe you, jump with Lurrus. No, thank you. What a sick deck. So let's have a quick look at that. That's a cheeky 4-1 this evening. I liked the dismembers and I liked the little tweaks that I did. As I said, the dismembers were vigors and the Haywire Might and Currency Converter were walking ballistas. But I think this is actually quite a cool little list that we've put together here. Very hateful, very hard to beat. I think in like just a strategical way. I've got a lot of things that are going to annoy you. I've got Crucibles for your Spirit Mines. I've got Null Rods for your fast mana. I've got fast aggressive clocks with my Bazaar thing, and I've got like a lot of resiliency through just like Bazaar, Workshop, Saga, Wastelands. These are going to really tax your Strip Mines. So even if you are like a 9 colorless land deck, that's cute. Like, you know, I'm a 20 colorless land deck. Absolutely taste it, you know. But yeah, that was a take on the Forino colorless shops deck, or colorless Bazaar deck, whatever it was called. Um, but I think it's a bit of a banger. I enjoyed it. I'm a bit disappointed with my aggro vine keeps there in game two, because the first one was quite concessionary if they're not on duel, and then the second one, um, I liked the cards, but just like I think I could have mulliganed to better and played, you know, more of a Bazaar mirror match with some haymakers sitting in my deck somewhere, right in Golos, Bajuka Bog, Tab, and Crop Rot. Who knows? But a cheeky 4-1 with this is nice. I'm going to try and turn this around this evening, so I'll catch you guys soon. Have a good one.